Hello, beautiful souls. How are you today? I hope you're doing really well. Thank you so much for connecting with me through this video. I hope this reading will be something magical. Um, and before we begin, I want you to take a second and acknowledge yourself for clicking on this reading. Not because I believe every click is a destiny. Some people will uh, it's okay to believe that. Some people do believe that, right? But because I want you to think that every choice is a direction of energy. Out of thousands of possible thoughts, videos, distractions, and paths available to you in this moment, something in you decided to stop here, and that matters. Today's reading is all about a fascinating question. How are you bending your reality right now? Okay. And now, when I say bending your reality, I don't mean controlling every event, predicting every outcome, magically forcing life to unfold according to a plan. I mean something much more real and much more accessible. In science, we know that energy follows patterns, right? In physics, we know that massive objects can bend the fabric around them through their gravitational pull. I don't want to go into too much physics, but these are the things we know, that observer matters. If you're observing something, you're the observer has been given so much value. You can bend your reality. The opportunities you notice, the things that you notice in your everyday life, the possibilities, nobody else is noticing them. It's unique to you. And while we are not planets warping space-time, we are constantly influencing the reality we experience through our attention, our beliefs, our choices, our expectations, and the meaning we assign to these events, right? The opportunities we notice, the stories we repeat in our mind, they are allowing us, to believe in something and create more action around that belief. And these things shape our experience and our reality every single day. This is the kind of magic, not magic that removes responsibility, but magic that reminds us we are participants in our lives, not just observers. And if you've clicked on this reading, I have a feeling that on some level you already are doing what you think is your version of bending reality. You are already tapped into that, and I'm so proud of you. And I want to appreciate you with all my heart. Some of us, uh, you know, are in this energy right now where we are tapping into this belief, this new reality that, wow, I hold so much power, and now I can feel it tangibly. I can see it manifest in small ways that I can pick up on. Maybe not anybody else can pick up on, right? And I'm grateful if some of you have already been on this journey for longer than some other people, right? If you have already been able to believe in yourself, achieve things, and do more with that in your own way, then I'm so proud of you. And for those of you who have just now realized what it's like bending your reality and just now becoming familiar with your own power, welcome. And I am so, so proud of you for finally overcoming and finally building your life in such a way, all those trials and tribulations, the lessons you have been through, everything that you've been through, every situation in your life has led you to this amazing power within you. You have finally come back to yourself, because when we come to this earth, when we incarnate, we reincarnate as souls in these physical realities. We choose our realities, and along the way we forget and we get corrupted by the thoughts, the beliefs, the programming that we receive from the world, right? And it's only now after years of practice, years of self-criticism, years of maybe the dark night of the soul, the shadow work, the inner work, it has all led you to finally feel that ease within yourself, to be like, I have these shadow patterns, I have these beliefs in me that have held me back, that have not held me back in a way that they don't want me to get anywhere, but they're just beliefs I needed to tap into, to work with, to finally free myself from them, right? I'm so, so, so proud of you. And I want to acknowledge this because some of you are new. And I would say that I'm new into this energy. I have never been one of those who could consistently believe in myself. I would be like a light bulb, turning off, turning on. I was wasting more of my energy in trying to sustain this beautiful power, and finally we are able to sustain it, and it's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling. I'm sorry if this sounds like a lot of blabbering or this helped you in any way, but I really wanted to do this. I really wanted to put it out there for some of you who are doing this amazing work. And a lot of times we feel like nothing's happening, and then there's these there's these phases, there's this epiphanies that make you realize, wow, I did something without feeling like it was a lot of work. Maybe it was energetically, it was like changing your frequency to a whole new level that you did not tap into before. And yeah, you're finally here. This is your version 2.0, maybe it's 11.0, maybe it's greater than that. There's things flowing into your energy. You're more accessible to the universe right now. And let's get into this reading. What are you doing right now? How are you bending your reality is what we're asking ourselves today. I'm not doing a pick-up pile today. I'm doing a collective reading because yeah, that's what I felt called to. So we have 4 piles today, and I'm gonna be mixing them, doing everything together with them. We'll pick as many cards as we need from each of these decks. Everything is gonna be intuitive, and let's get started. Thank you so much if you're still here, and let's get into the reading. I'm gonna start with I usually don't start with an oracle, but I feel called to start with an oracle, and I'm gonna shuffle right in front of you to see how well we are in tune with the universe. How are you bending your reality right now? Hi universe, the universe has your back. Deck is here with us. Ooh, okay, let's see. Read that. You need to read that with me, okay? My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I'm lost. I read that in a whole different way than I think it should be read. Let's read that again. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I'm lost. Wow, okay. Do you feel the magic of your own power right now? Do you feel that? Exactly, your energy is bendable because whenever you're encountering a moment where there's a lot of forgiveness needed, there's a lot of compassion needed. Maybe there's when you're traveling on a subway, when you're in a public transport, and somebody's not really appreciative, somebody's not really having the best time of their life, and they are making it a troublesome period for others as well. Maybe that's the moment when you realize, okay, I can be more compassionate. I can see the beauty of the situation. I know this is not going to spoil my day or my rest of my hour. I can tap into that music, that inner feel. I can feel that the public transports can become this metal tube that I'm traveling through, and I'm traversing some periods of traversing some big energetical, what am I trying to say here? I'm sorry. When we treat our time, everyday situations like patterns, something beyond the physical reality, it feels so much more pleasing. It feels so much more good when you tap into your energy instead of feeling like, oh no, why is this happening? Just treating it as a moment of reflection is amazing, right? Maybe some of you don't like being in your head so much, so you avoid doing that because it's like you pick up on everybody's energy, and I respect that. We don't need to analyze and overthink every moment. Maybe you're just shrugging it off, and maybe you're like, who cares, right? New Yorker energy, right? You don't care what's happening around you, and you're just tuned in, and you're just tapped into your own energy. You have that energy of compassion, love, power accessible to you because you, because you are. Oh my God, I'm so sorry that my passion comes out so strongly, more than my words sometimes. And yeah, I think when you are in love with yourself, your energy, not in a narcissistic way, but I don't even need to explain myself. I know you understand. I know you understand what it's like to be in that energy of everything is possible. Everything is you feel free from your own thought process, your own programming, and that's an amazing feeling to be in. Sometimes it takes some gritty effort to get into that because of your you consuming your reality more than creating. But once you're in that creation energy, I think that's the easiest way to get back into that inner energy. Creating makes you come back to your energy like nothing else. Be it cooking, baking something, when you feel that creation happening, you feel that magic. Maybe I'm reminded of that Selena Gomez Disney show. I can only remember her last name, Russo. Wizards of the Waverly Place. I don't know why I got reminded of that. Imagine you have a wand in your hand and you're just capable of creating. Maybe that wand is your phone nowadays. You're capable of looking up anything, doing anything. You have AI in your hands. I know it has its dark side as well. I know our phones are also our, cause of pain, but you can feel like it's a wand in your hand. It's helping you to achieve whatever you want to achieve. Everything is accessible to you. And did you hear me stumble in that word? Success. Wow. You have access, you have success, you have opportunities, and wow. Oh my God. I swear I was not this motivated an hour ago, and I just tapped into this energy. I'm like, wow. I love that. I love that for us. I have never been a great physics student, but more that I learn about the use of physics, I could never understand the numericals and the aspects, the mathematical touch that physics has. But as I understand, the concepts more, this I was just watching another day, the slit experiment. You are only if you're observing the photons are they it makes them go through one of the holes. But once you're not observing it, their pattern becomes unpredictable. Their pattern becomes like they change patterns. And once you observe them, I think it's when you can see if they're going through either of the holes. Once you're not observing, they're doing whatever they want. And I think we should look into that more. I think that some of us are oblivious to these things out of our old programmings. Our old programming was okay. Maybe some of us were very sensitive students. Some of us were really sensitive students when we were in high school or school, and somehow our experience of learning got tinted. It got filtered by other people's fears and patterns. And I think this is a reminder. This is just a small message for some of you that you need to tap into that learning energy again. You enjoy learning. Some of you love learning and putting it into action right away. And maybe this is the Sagittarius energy. I love the Sagittarius energy. They're hungry for knowledge. And some of us are holding on to those concepts of, okay, Mr. Smith said that, okay, you cannot be good at maths, you cannot comprehend this. And maybe we have held on to that belief for so long. Maybe it's not the teachers, maybe it's our teachers were the sweetest, they were trying to teach us, right? Maybe it's our something that we picked up on from our reality. Maybe it's our upbringing, our parents, something they said that was unintentional, but it was so gut-wrenching that we have held on to. Maybe you need to look into that, right? And you can bend your reality in that way, right? I'm gonna pull another card. This deck is my favorite. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. Yes, that's what we're doing. When you are tapped into your reality, you are your own, you're in your own vicinity. I swear everything that you do seems like you're a character that plays these roles. You feel like everything is just, a programming that's running in your mind, and you are just observing it. And you are capable of switching some scenes, cutting the script off some scenes that you're watching. You're changing the food you eat. Maybe you're changing the way you earn the money. And it's just as delusional and magical like that, guys. I know some of us are gonna be like, no, this is not how you switch reality. This reality is not so bendable. You have to take feasible, calculated risk actions. I understand, guys. The calculated risk here is just tapping into your energy, looking at those fears that have that belief, that limited mindset or something. It doesn't have to be that extreme vocabulary. Maybe it's something more simple, right? That has held us in some way, and we are discovering that it's all about our thoughts, guys. It's all about our beliefs. That's how you shift your reality. Maybe it's not so much hard work. Maybe it's not so much. I'm sure once you know what you want, once you know that, okay, if I want to start a tech company for some reason, that's the example I'm picking up on, right? You have figured out the logistics. You have the creative image, the creative story in your head. The actions will follow, guys. It's first your energy. It's first you tapping into and believing into that thing, right? You are breathing air, you are breathing life into that aspect. It's not the other way around, right? And I would not want you to be, this is our own limitation in a way, speaking to us when we think like, oh no, this needs more physical actions, this needs more physical grit and power. I understand. Maybe that's our voice telling us, this is not gonna happen. And I'm not for that, right? I'm not for you to tell you, don't believe in your energy because of these logistics. No. Believe in your energy and the logistics will follow. The aspects that are hard right now will just follow and fall onto your creative image layer by layer, right? Okay. I feel like we address something powerful in us, a big criticism, that a critical voice in our head that always tells us that no, these are different. No, you have to believe in yourself. It's not a have to, guys. It's your ingrained inner you. It's not something that you do as an obligation, right? We need to watch how we use our words. We have to be careful with how we talk, guys. Be really careful. In Hinduism, there's a goddess called Saraswati, and often it's said that she's listening every word that you speak, and every word that you say is in turn making your reality. And I believe that so strongly. And this is why when somebody is being rude to you, when somebody says something not very nice, you can acknowledge that and be like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, but that's not how it is. And I mean to say, you lay your boundaries in a way that makes you feel good. You lay your boundaries and you decide, I cannot listen to such words. Even listening to negative words is wrong, guys. You cannot just take it on. Empaths suffer a lot because of this. You cannot just take it on. You cannot listen to people talk, like that to you. You have to be better than that, because, and it does not mean you fight back. Maybe in some situations if you need to, sure. But it can be something more subtle, just a gentle reminder to yourself that, hey, I don't care. I'm just a visitor right now, and this person is just a visitor in my reality right now, and I choose not to interact. I choose not to take on their energy. I choose not to take their beliefs, because I know what my beliefs are. I know what my values are, and I get back to my energy like a powerhouse. Right? So I'm leaving this pile for this deck for now, and I'm going to this deck. And this is our at work affirmators. So let's see what we've got. I hope you're enjoying this reading so far, and I want it to be a reading where you're just listening and it should feel like a beautiful self-affirming storyline for you. Right? Please have a sip of water, hydrate yourself, feel good. And if you're cleaning your room right now, or you're doing something that energizes you, that makes you feel like I'm keeping the energy moving in this space, I'm decluttering my space. Some of you are actively doing that every 2 weeks maybe. Wow, I'm proud of that. And some of you are reading. Some of you are just scrolling on your phone, but you're watching all the conscious stuff that you want to consume, and hey, that's good. Right? We have imagination. I treasure my imagination, and I can conjure it up and use it at any time. My imagination helps me dream up creative solutions to complex problems that I wouldn't have thought of from inside the same old box. Like how to maybe get outside of this box. Anyone help? Wow. Yes, your imagination. Oh my God. The statement that I said initially, bending your reality. This is so unexplored, guys. Get into it. You need to explore what bending your reality means for you, and maybe this video is just a means for you to discover that inner meaning of bending your reality. What does that look like? Your imagination. What are you imagining with that? Are you imagining you driving your favorite car, that brand new car that you are manifesting? Are you imagining connecting with the people for your own betterment? These are people that are amazing souls. They're the kindest people. They are kind of like the bathroom. When you are in a bathroom and there's girls, maybe it's a girls' bathroom, and you're hanging out and everybody's encouraging each other. Everybody's so nice, and you love that energy, and you feel like, wow, I need that more in my life. That is the kind of people maybe you're attracting. Maybe you're building your own new home. You're moving countries. There's so much you're doing with your reality right now, guys. It's amazing, right? And it all existed in your imagination once. It all came to your life through your imagination. We have bravery. Congratulations, you are being awarded a hearty dose of bravery to be applied to any nerve-wracking situation that requires boldness, brashness, or balls. Bravery is the battering ram that will knock down any limitations your mind has built. Bravery is the shield that will protect you from the thoughts of what if it doesn't go well. Bravery is the steed you will ride through the fields of go for it, try it, and it's better if you just ask for it. Bravery is even the excited army that will cheer you on. But you're the one who has to walk back and forth on a horse and make a long speech. Sorry. I love that. Bravery, yes, it takes certain type of energy. It takes certain type of power that you have. The power, and the power I need when I'm lost. You have this power that transmutes itself as bravery. I kept hearing a word called syncopate. I need to look what that means. And syncopate your maybe it's a Selena Gomez song. Selena Gomez. Why do I keep thinking of Selena Gomez? I'm sorry. And syncopate. I'm gonna look up what that means, okay, guys? I'm just curious. Syncopate. Does your mind ever just loves words? I always loved words, and I love it when I randomly think of a word and it just fits into my reality so well somehow, and it has a hidden message for me. Syncopate means to temporarily displace or alter the regular rhythmic beat in music. Wow, okay. That's like the musicians would understand that, but syncopate. Syncopate basically means to modify, you guys. You're affecting your regular, temporary. You're making something displaced temporarily, and you're trying how it suits you, right? And that goes so well with what we are dealing with here. We are dealing with our reality, and we can temporarily try things. We can temporarily turn a magic switch on that goes like, okay, this is what I'm tapped into right now. I don't like it. Okay, let's switch it up. That's how we work, right? That's how we are gonna work if you're not doing that already. Okay? So, bravery. Yes, you are brave. You are amazing. Some of us here are introverts, right? And we are brave. We are brave because we are dealing and picking up on so many sensitive aspects on a daily basis. There's so much overstimulation here, right? In our surroundings. We are so capable of losing our minds, but we have made it so far, haven't we? some of us have been on the edge, and I'm sorry, but I don't want to be insensitive towards people and their traumas, but that's how I am sometimes. I joke about the things that have been super heavy on me. But yeah, we are brave. We introverts, extroverts, you name it. You are brave if you are doing what it means, for you to bend your reality. If you're doing that inner work, if you're doing something that brings you close to yourself, you are so brave. I love you. Okay, now I'm gonna tap into. We have done the affirmators work deck. I feel like 2 cards per deck feels like a good number right now, and I have the guidebook for this deck right here, so I'm gonna keep it on the side, and let's get into it. If you're still here and enjoying this reading, please feel free to like and comment. Tell me what message you're taking away from this reading. I would love to hear from you. I feel like I want to connect with people from all over the world and see what it's like to just feel that power of the universe connecting different people all together. The card that we have is, now this is a religious deck. Some of you, if you're not familiar with Hinduism, the artwork is inspired by the god Krishna and Arjuna and their beautiful story, if you will, that is laid in Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharata. Krishna is our consciousness, right? Exclusively surrender to Krishna. Krishna basically means happiness, joy. I would interpret that as such. I'm sure there's so much more to Krishna, and I don't mean to simplify in any way. I have so much admiration for this beautiful religion, and I adore the beauty of this religion, and I would like you to tap into the energy of Krishna through your own consciousness, through your own happiness, finding that for yourself, adorning yourself with that happiness and seeing where it leads you. That's all. I don't want you to get lost in religion, or for some of us it's really sensitive to tap into religious aspects, right? So I don't mean to lead you in any way. It's just another beautiful artwork for us to interpret, and and take on, because Krishna plays flute, right? He's holding a flute. He's the greatest musician. And if you can just think of God, whatever God means for you, right? God, universe. God created magic. God created music. God created what we tap into and create and physically manifest. If Beethoven played such great sounds, if Hans Zimmer does what he does, he's tapped into himself, and he is creating what is so beautiful and so one with God. I feel all artists are somehow one with God, because they tap into that inner creativity that is outwardly, that is out of this world. And that's what I'm feeling right now. And I feel so much bliss, so much emotion right now. I feel so sensitive. Some of us are just overcome by this beautiful energies. This, it makes us emotionally, right? It makes some of you want to cry. Maybe you've been feeling that gratitude, and you just want to cry, and you want to feel the pain of different experiences, the good and bad. And now you're just like experiencing the journey, and you're enjoying the journey, and you're just grateful. This is your permission to lay it all out. It's okay to cry. Let that pillow soak it all in. And right. Oh, I feel that people are so beautiful when they're so vulnerable, and they are just letting it all out. Some of you have tears in your eyes, and I love that. um, not in a sadistic way, I'm sure. It's okay. It's just your permission to tap into that consciousness and see what comes up. If you're feeling that gratitude, let it flow, right? Yeah. Krishna. Our inner joy, our inner happiness, blooming like a lotus. We are blooming like a lotus despite being in chaos, this echo chamber of all sorts of toxicities, all sorts of, all these nuances that can just leave us feeling so disgruntled. I don't know what that means. So absorbed and so consumed, I would say. You're finally in your consciousness. You are bending your reality, right? So you have to be in a situation where you're okay with your consciousness, you are okay with your thoughts, and you're letting them go. You're letting them come in like just clouds or just leaves falling off a tree. And yeah, that's what I have for this card. I'm gonna lay all these to a side so I can move the cards up. Make some room for our energy, for our beautiful, expansive energy, right? Let's do one more card from this deck. Okay, we have so much to create, so much to make space for. I'm gonna do one more card, right? Wow, this deck made me feel so much intensity of God's power in some way. Oh, I feel so sensitive. Following the injunctions of scripture. I'm gonna see what this means from the guide. Following the injunctions of scripture. Those persons who execute their duties following the injunctions of scripture faithfully without envy become free from the bondage of fruitive actions. But those who, out of envy, disregard these teachings and do not follow them regularly are to be considered bereft of all knowledge, befooled, and ruined in their endeavors for perfection. Right. Beautiful. I love that. Maybe some of us, this can be a beautiful reminder to for some of you to tap into your energetical, your religious side, your connection with God. How do you connect with God? How do you let God into your life? I hope that is not disrespectful in any way. This can be any religion. This can be this is your God. This is your God, and nobody has. I am in no way saying what to do, what to say, and just take what resonates, guys. I hope you can feel my love and respect and sensitivity towards everyone's personal space and their connection with God. If you're a Christian, maybe this is a call for you to tap into your idea of Christianity, your idea of God. It doesn't have to be particularly about religion, right? Because ultimately, all religions, all sources are leading us towards the one greater source, right? And yeah, maybe this is a call for you to explore what God is like for you. Maybe that's how you're bending your reality. That's how you are exploring how God beautifully is, you know, like a pearls of strings in a in a pearl, in a how the strings are full of these pearls. How God is laying those pearls in your life. How have you seen that movie Inside Out? Do you see how the memories of Riley are all these colorful globes, and they're beautiful, beautiful experiences. Some of them are full of disgust, sadness, and anger, but they're all experiences. And how are they tuning you into yourself, back to God? How are you feeling that godliness in your life, right? Maybe that's what you need to explore, and that's how you're bending your reality. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do from this deck. Beautiful, beautiful, right? Next up we have our Rider-Waite. Let's see what the tarot card has in store for us. I'm gonna shuffle, 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 and some of us need to buy some crystal. Maybe you have been looking for a crystal. I'm looking for for it too, personally. It just came to my head, and I would love some crystals. I would love to have them in my bag, have them in my kitchen laying around. I love that. I remember Teal Swan whenever she does her you know sessions in different cities. Those workshops, they often have a table where all the crystals that everybody brings are laid down at, and they're like charging. It's a charging station for crystals, and I love that. I would love to have that in my home. Oh, we have the Two of Swords. All right, the moon is here. Ooh, we have a very sensitive energy, and I love that. Let's make room for this, guys. Let's make room for our sensitive thoughts. Okay, too many cards. Let's take one more card deck. Let's not do too many. Okay. Okay. Wow. Two of Swords and Three of Swords. Look at that. Very sensitive energy. I love it. These are your thoughts. These are your thoughts that have kept you in this sensitive space where you felt indecisive. You felt like, I couldn't do anything. I could not move ahead. I cannot see through my reality. Maybe this is the energy. I want to say this with utmost respect and sensitivity. Like, I appreciate your journey so far. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad that you're moving through 2026 with this new energy within you that has finally come into your life, and you're embodying it. You are the one who brought it here. Your journey, you are the facilitator. And I would like to clarify this energy with one more card here. All right. Knight of Wands. Right. Right. Neither wants. Of course, we have passion here. Of course, we have that that inner that inner will to do things. Of course, it's here. um, love it. Thank you so much, guys, for um, believing in yourself, carrying yourself um, through this indecision, through this closed feeling. Some of us really hated that experience. Some of us really hated that phase of our lives when everything just felt like everything is a closed door. Maybe some of you are exploring ideas. Maybe some of you have been wanting to move abroad, switch your reality in some way, and it was not clicking. Something was not clicking. Something was always in the blind spot, right? It caused a lot of pain. It caused a lot of grief. It caused a lot of energetical push and pull, and there's a lot of distortion, a lot of distraction, way too many thoughts, way too many painful, traumatic, I would say, energies that laid heavy on your heart. And you're carrying that with you, and you're carrying that while you are treading forward as a warrior, and you are, I'm noticing the person inside the suit, right? The person inside the warrior, the metal armor is a sensitive person, it seems to me, and they have now they have now put on their warrior suit, and they are now treading forward. I'm also noticing this cloth that's near the that's almost next to the rope with which I'm sorry, I'm forgetting what this tie, what do you call this? My equestrian people, please let me know. Um, what does that mean? You're finally holding on to your consciousness. I would say this horse is consciousness here, guys. This is our senses. This is our brain, our mind, our frontal lobe that is now in control. That is now not like you're controlling it as like a freak, but you are. Can you feel that energy when you are wearing that armor suit, when you're dressing yourself with the thoughts, the energy, the patterns, the programming that finally works for yourself? You have figured this programming after a lot of trials, a lot of errors, a lot of flaws, a lot of a lot of pain, right? And it's good to have a suit. It's good to be a warrior. It's good to feel that power. It's good to feel like you have it in control. You are stable now. You can hold that energy within you, like you can hold your beer. You can hold that energy within you now. You are not swayed by things. You are carrying yourself forward with this in control, in alignment of your life. It's no longer in and out. It's no longer it's not anymore it's not anymore holding this pain, these experiences, these thoughts, this indecision, this there's discernment for sure. There's discernment. Even when this person is blindfolded, they are stable enough. They're wise enough to take a moment to sit down, to lay with their thoughts, to channel that emotional energy. I see the moon here, to channel that beautiful energy and to connect with themselves. And you've done the work, and you are moving forward, and you're bending your reality in a way that makes you feel in control, that makes you feel like, I got this, whatever it is. Maybe some of you are creators, some of you are programmers, some of you are designers. I am tapping into a lot of artist energies. Maybe this is around your emotional, your relationships, the platonic or beautiful romantic relationships that you've had in your life. And some of them were more a difficult experience, a lesson, something that were heavy, something that was intense, right? You have taken all this experience and you're culminating it. You're doing something that feels good to you for the first time in your life. And I'm so grateful. I want to move my hands a lot. I want to do hand movements, hand dances. Maybe this is there's that specific dance form that Ditto, if you some of you guys know, does. She does. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting, but it's a hand moment. You know, some of the Indian dance forms and some of the other dance forms involve hand movements a lot. Maybe the Arabic dance forms, right? And yeah, if you just feel like swaying your body, moving your energy, just moving your hands and feeling like a powerful creator, do that. You have my permission. You have your own permission. I see hands here, and some of you maybe want to work with your hands. Some of you want to, maybe you want to do artwork on your hands. Maybe you want to do, you want to feel that creation within your hands, on your hands. I love that. Some of you are artists. Maybe you're doing henna. Maybe you're doing this temporary ink work for the hands as a creator, and it's beautiful. Go ahead with that. Loved this reading. Oh my God. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this is gonna leave you feeling the power that you hold within yourself. This reality, this reading is not telling you what to do. This reading is telling you what you have inside you. You already know that, and you are facilitating it at, like a powerful warrior. And I love that. I'm tapping on some people who love bike riding. Maybe you have these amazing bikes that are like super bikes and you love riding and you like dressing up in that gear and you feel so good. Maybe your armor looks different, guys. Some of you have your work uniform that makes you feel like a powerful person, and everyone around you appreciates you whenever you are in that work uniform. Maybe it's something about your clothes, something you are choosing. You choose everything. You choose the way your nails look. You choose the way everything, you know, around you goes. And I love that. I love that some of you are really enjoying what you're doing and you're tapping into that creation, and money and all the abundance is following into your life. It's following its way. You are not even like, oh, where is it? It's right behind you. It's coming. It's following you. I'll leave it here, guys. Thank you so much for tapping into this. And I want to do more of these. I hope we transcend and ascend even more into this journey that we are calling life, and we explore the beauty of it even more, right? So that's it for today. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.